Hello my dear students. Today we are going to start next chapter, that is quadratic equations. And we already know what are quadratic equations. A quadratic equation, the standard form is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a, b, c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0, because if it would be equal to 0, then it will not be a quadratic equation. Now first we are going to see in the first exercise, we are going to check whether the given expression is a quadratic equation or not. So there we'll have to simplify. Then we are going to learn how to solve a linear equation by method of factorization today. And then we are going to take the word problem of exercise 4.1 and 4.2 together. So let us start. So as I told you that ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is the standard form of quadratic equation. So from here we also know that if I am getting the value of x, let us take as alpha, this alpha is known as root of solution, root of given equation. Fine, and we know that since the degree of the quadratic polynomial is 2, so at most 2 possible roots are there. Fine, sometimes it may be real and sometimes it may not be real, but if in case it is given that it has real roots only, so a number of possible roots are only 2 real roots. Fine, if it is already given that real roots only are possible. Fine, now let us move on directly to exercise 4.1, where you have to check whether the given polynomial is the quadratic equation or not. Exercise 4.1, question number 1 is check whether the following are quadratic equations or not. So to check it, first we'll have to simplify, we'll have to convert it into the standard form, then we'll check. So we'll simplify it. X plus 1 whole square, it can be expanded by the identity a plus b whole square, that is a square plus b square plus 2ab is equals to, this we can multiply inside. Fine, this is getting cancelled. X square plus, this will bring here, x square plus 1 equal to 0. Can we just write x square plus 0x plus 7 equal to 0? Fine, so this is in the form of standard form of equation, so therefore this is a quadratic polynomial or quadratic equation. Fine, but if in case we would have got, means there would be no term of x square, then it would not be a quadratic equation. Now I am directly doing 7th part. Again question remains the same. We have to check whether it is this quadratic equation or not. So we will expand it. X plus 2 whole cube, that is a plus b whole cube, that is a cube plus b cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square. Fine, so we are getting x cube. Okay, on the right side we have 2x cube minus 2x. Very easy. 6x square plus 4, 3 is 12x is equals to 2x cube minus 2x. So you can see here that we will be left with one term which is having cube, 12x plus 2x and plus 8. So here we are getting minus x cube plus 6x square plus 14x plus 8 is equals to 0, which is not a quadratic equation. Why? Since cube is there. So this is how you can do other parts also. Now we'll not do the word problems where you have to formulate the quadratic equation. We will see after doing exercise 4.2. So let us move on to that exercise where we have to factorize the quadratic equation. Before doing the exercise, let me just explain you the method of finding the solution of a quadratic equation by factorization with the help of an example. Let us take, I am having a quadratic equation 6x square minus x minus 2 equal to 0. So we know that how to factorize a quadratic equation. We have the method of splitting the middle term, or we can apply some identity if it is applicable there. So to find the solution, it means, first of all, we need to understand the meaning of to find the solution. It means the value of x we have to find, or that is also known as zeros of equation, or it is also known as roots of equation. So when we have to find the value of x or zeros or roots of the equation, first we have to factorize the polynomial, factorize the equation, and then we equate those factors equal to 0 to find the values of x. So let us see. Since it is a quadratic polynomial, we can apply by splitting the middle term method. That is, first we'll multiply the constant and the coefficient of x, that is 12, and we'll try to find the factors of 12 such that we get the middle term. So we are getting the factors like 4x minus 3x minus 12 equal to 0, 6x square minus 4x plus 3x minus 2 equal to 0. Then regrouping, 2x is common, 3x minus 2 plus nothing is common, so we can take 1, 3x minus 2 equal to 0. So we can factorize, we got the factors as equal to 0. Now to get the values of x, we'll equate the factors equal to 0. So either this is equal to 0 or 2x plus 1 equal to 0. So we are getting the value of x as x is equals to 2 upon 3, or from here we are getting x is equals to minus 1 upon 2. So this is how we get the values of x, or the zeros, or the roots of the equation. Now if I am saying that these are the roots of the equation, it means if I am going to put these values back to the equation, it is going to satisfy that equation. Satisfy means that if I will be putting 2 upon 3 into the equation, left hand side will be equal to the right hand side. Now one more example I am taking here where the numbers are irrational numbers, and means some terms are there in the irrational form. So how to factorize this? Again we can see that this is a quadratic equation. So we'll apply first the splitting the middle method only. So how we are going to do? 5 root 2 into root 2 we have to multiply, and this is giving us 10. And we have to factorize this such that we get 7, and we can see that 5 plus 2 is giving us 7. So we have splitted the middle term by 5 as 5x and 2x. Now taking the common from these two terms will be a little trouble. See, here only x is common, so we'll write root 2 x plus 5. Then here what is common here? See, 2 is actually root 2 into root 2. So we can take root 2 as common, root 2 common, and we are left with only root 2 here. So root 2 x plus root 2 we have already taken common plus 5, and you should always check it with the common terms. So we have got the factors as root 2 x plus 5 and x plus root 2. So the values of x or x plus root 2 equal to 0. That is, x is equals to minus 5 upon root 2 and x is equals to minus root 2. So we got the values of x. We already know how to factorize the quadratic equation by splitting the middle term, which we have already done so many questions. So I hope you'll be able to factorize the equations very easily. So I'm moving on to the word problems where you have to frame the quadratic equation, because we have learned one method how to solve the quadratic equation. So now we are moving back to exercise 4.1 where you have to frame the quadratic equation. Already we have done that chapter also, linear equation. There you have seen how we have framed the equation. In the same way we have to frame here also. The area of a rectangular plot is 528 meters square. So a rectangular plot is there whose area is given to us. The length of the plot in meter is 1 more than twice its breadth. So the length is twice its breadth, is 1 meter more than twice its breadth. It means the length is depending upon breadth. So we'll have to assume the breadth first. So let us assume that the breadth is x meter. So what will be the length? Length will be equal to 1 more than twice its breadth. That is 2x twice its breadth and 1 more than. So 2x plus 1 meter. So we need to find the length and breadth. So we can easily find. You'll write the language. Let the breadth be x meters and length be 2x plus 1 meters. Now we know that area of rectangle is equals to length into breadth. So it is given 528, length is x, 2x plus 1 breadth. So we can frame the equation 2x square plus x minus 528 equal to 0. Now here you can use factorization method to factorize this quadratic equation, that is using splitting the middle term. So we will find that it is giving us 1046, fine, and 1056, and you'll have to factorize this to get the middle term, that is 1. So I have found the factors as 33x and 32x minus 528. You'll have to see the factors and then you'll have to rearrange, combine, and then you will see that you are finding the factors. Now here by regrouping, x is only common, so 2x plus 33 is left. Here 32 is common, so 16 is common, so we're left with 2x plus 33 equal to 0. So we are getting the factors as 2x plus 33 and x minus 16 equal to 0. So we can see here when we are equating the values equal to 0, we are getting 2x equal to minus 33, x is equal to minus 33 upon 2, and one other value we are getting, x is equals to 16. So can the value be negative, means the measurement be negative? So we will neglect this value and we will keep this value as the breadth of the rectangular plot. So this is the breadth. So finally length will be 2 into 16 plus 1 meters, that is 33 meters, and breadth we got as 16 meters. So in the last you will be writing, therefore the length of the rectangular plot is 33 meter and the breadth is 16 meters. The second part is the product of two consecutive positive integers is 306. Then find the integers. So since it is given that two consecutive positive integers are there, so we can take one as x and the other one as x plus 1. And the product is given. It means x into x plus 1 will be equal to 306. And we can frame the equation from here. So we got the equation. Now factorize it. The values of x will give us the integers. Next, the third part is age-related equation. I hope you'll be able to do it yourself. Try to frame the equation and then you can find the values of x from there also. Next, I have taken fourth part. A train travels a distance of 480 km at a uniform speed. If the speed had been 8 km per hour less, then it would have taken 3 hours more to cover the same distance. Find the speed of the train. Now here we have to find the speed of the train. One very important point I would like to mention over here, that this doubt comes into the mind of the child, that if in the examination a question is coming, how will I come to know whether the question is from linear equations in two variables or from the quadratic equation? So you don't need to worry about that. It will automatically get into the, if it is of quadratic equation, means suppose you have taken two variables in the beginning and you are thinking that it is of linear equations and two variables, you will automatically find that the other variable which you have taken, that is depending upon the first variable. So you will get a quadratic equation if the question is of quadratic equation. If it is of linear equation, then you can easily solve it as we have done in linear equation. Fine. So let us do this one. This distance is given. We will assume the speed of the train. Let the speed of the train be x km per hour. Fine. So distance given is 480 km. So time, that is the normal timing which it would be taking, will be distance upon speed, that is 480 upon x hours, that is the normal timing. Now according to the condition they have given us, if the speed had been 8 km per hour less. So according to the given condition, you can write that speed is now 8 kilometer per hour less. Distance is same. So time will be 480 upon x minus 8 hours. And it is taking 3 hours more to cover the same distance. So how we are going to frame here the equation? How we are going to frame the equation here? See, this time is 3 hours more than the original time. That is the scheduled time. So how can we frame? 480 upon x minus 8 minus 480 upon x is equals to 3 hours. So we got the equation. Now you can just solve it. X minus 8, 480x minus 480 x minus 8 equal to 3. 480x minus 480x minus 64, 32, 38 upon x minus 8 equal to 3. I'll solve it there. Actually, plus will come here. So now we can further solve it, and 3840 x minus 8, I can simplify it, and after dividing it, I'm getting 1280. So finally we got the equation as minus 1280 is equals to 0. So we will find the factors of 1280. We'll get it as 40x plus 32x minus 1280 equal to 0. So x is common, x minus 40 plus 32 is common, x minus 40. So we are getting the value of x as x is equals to 40 and x is equals to minus 32. And since we are finding the speed of the train, so we can neglect this since it is in negative. So speed of the train is 40 km per hour. Next I am taking the word problems of exercise 4.2. Question number 3. Find two numbers whose sum is 27 and product is 182. I'll show you this question by two methods. One which I used to follow in linear equation, and the other which I am following for the quadratic equation. So let us see. Find two numbers. So let the numbers be x and y, the two numbers, fine, and their sum is given as x plus y is equals to 27. So one equation we got from here, and product is 182, that is x into y is equals to 182. This is the second equation. Now I have to solve it. How do we solve it? By substitution method. If I am solving, x is equals to, I'll be getting 27 minus y, and this I am going to put in equation 2. So x, what is the value of x from there? 27 minus y into y is equals to 182. So 27y minus y square equal to 182. So finally I am coming back to the quadratic equation only, whether I was following the method of linear equation of two variables. So this is what I wanted to tell you. So if you are trying to do with it taking two variables, then also you are going to come here only. And if directly you want to take, then you can take the numbers be, let the first number be x and the other number be will be, the other number will be 27 minus x. Fine. So these are the two numbers, and the numbers, the product is x into 27 minus x is going to give you 182. So we can just solve this equation. 27x minus x square is equals to 182. Number 4 is find two consecutive positive integers, sum of whose squares is 365. So again, two positive consecutive integers are there. So we'll take x and x plus 1, and it is given sum of whose squares is 365. That is sum of whose square. So x square plus x plus 1 whole square. This sum is giving us 365. So now you can just further simplify this equation, and then you can solve the value of, you can find the value of x. Question number 5 is, the altitude of a right triangle is 7 cm less than its base. If the hypotenuse is 13 cm, find the other two sides. So a right triangle is given and the altitude is 7 cm less than its base. So let us consider base be x, so the altitude will be 7 centimeter less. If the hypotenuse is 13 centimeter, find the other two sides. Now here you just have to apply the Pythagoras theorem. The three sides are given. You can apply by Pythagoras theorem. We know that if this is the triangle ABC, AC square, that is the hypotenuse square, is equals to AB square plus BC square. That is 13 square is equals to x minus 7 whole square plus x square. I hope you will be able to solve it further and you can find easily the values of x and means the base and the altitude. Question number 6. This question is about the production of pottery articles in a cottage industry. So the condition only I have written on the board, that on a particular day when some articles were produced, so cost of production of each article was rupees 3 more than twice the number of articles produced on that day. If the total cost of production on that day was rupees 90, so we have to find the number of articles produced and cost of each article. Fine. Now let us assume that the articles produced on that day be X. So based upon that is given the cost of the article, each article. That is the 3 rupees more than twice the number of articles produced. So if I am considering number of articles be X, so the cost of each article, please write the language yourself, cost of each article is rupees 3 more than twice the number, that is 2x plus 3. And if I have one article, means if I want to find the total cost of all the articles, I'll have to multiply the cost of each article with the total number of articles produced on that day. This is going to give me the total cost of production on that day, that is rupees 90. Fine, so we can easily find the value of x from here by splitting the middle term method. We'll see that 2 9s are 18, 180, the factors are 180 will be 15x minus 12x equal to 0. So x is common, 2x plus 15. Here also we can take 6 as common and we are left with 2x plus 15 equal to 0. So we are getting the values of x as 2x plus 15 and x minus 6. X is equals to minus 15 upon 2 or x equal to 6. So we'll have to neglect this value. You can write neglect this value because this is the number of x is the number of article that cannot be in the fraction as well as in it cannot be in the negative sign. So we'll take this value. So the number of articles produced on that day was 6 and the total cost of each article was 2 into 6 plus 3, that is 12 plus 3, that is 15 rupees. With this we have finished the exercise and in the next video we are going to learn how to find the solution of a quadratic equation by completing the square, and also we'll learn the quadratic formula which was given by Sridhar Acharya. So just complete your work till here. Thank you.